From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Welcome back now, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And it goes with my hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. Run Soros gang, run. Run Soros media, run. The Soros gang had another huge setback today when the Soros-funded think tank CPR in Delhi lost its FCRA license. Ladies and gentlemen, which means they can't take foreign money under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Their license of this Delhi-based so-called think tank has been suspended. Now, basically, ladies and gentlemen, the Soros group gets money through Soros and other entities abroad. They're living on foreign money. And CPR had got a lot of money, and in fact, a relentless number of incessant contributions from a former business partner of George Soros. So CPR fellows, stop complaining that you did nothing. You did everything, you know. Now they are saying, no, we didn't take money from Soros. It's a lie. It's a lie. They got a lot of money from a group, which in turn, ladies and gentlemen, that group in turn received a lot of money from the Soros group. So Soros is not just funding directly, he's funding indirectly, he's funding through entities and groups, and the funding goes on. But now it's all being tracked. And in fact, viewers, a lot of the money has been tracked down to so-called digital news sites. These sites, they print and scroll anything they feel like. Viewers, these think tanks say, these Soros media news sites say, that so what if Uncle Soros likes us? He likes us. We have an ideological comradeship with Uncle Soros. We like Soros. Soros likes us, they say. And so what if Soros gives us money, gives us awards, calls us for expensive vacations to the United States? We are doing independent work, they say, and we're not living off Soros money. We are living off the 100 rupee contributions of our subscribers. That's a complete goddamn lie, viewers. And for these people who are laundering the news, who are writing and printing and scrolling whatever they want, for them to say they are doing independent work is like saying take money from a drug mafia boss to do independent research on the effects of cocaine on the human body. Are they mad? These hypocrites. In all, hundreds of crores have entered India to the Soros gang through Soros think tanks and the Soros media over the last few years. Now, why is money being given? Is it a free lunch? Does Soros expect nothing in turn? Soros wants to endanger and break up Indian democracy. He doesn't believe in Indian democracy. He believes our borders should be open. He believes India should not have any borders. He wants to break up the country. And he's paying a lot of money to these Mir Jafars in the country. And these people have a lot of money in their treasuries, viewers. All these so-called independent think tanks and independent websites, they have a lot of money in their treasuries. They're all very, very rich. These websites are doing a professional job of fooling you. They've perfected the art of appearing to be bankrupt. They're not. They've got crores in their accounts, viewers. And they are fooling you. They are lying to you incessantly by asking for 100 rupee and 199 rupee subscriptions. In any case, those subscriptions should be made illegal unless these Soros news organizations declare the exact quantum and nature of their detailed financial connections and past financial history and dealings with Uncle Soros and Uncle Soros related entities. These people ask for transparency from everyone. I'm asking them, where is your transparency? Where are your ethics? You want to talk about media ownership for everyone else. Who owns you? You are owned by Uncle Soros. You're living off his crumbs. And then you're asking the viewers, the subscribers for money. Viewers, just removing the FCRA license of CPR is not enough. The real danger in this country is the Soros media. The Soros media has worked against the interests of this country. The Soros media has worked against national interests. The Soros media will continue to work against national interests for a few dollars that people like Soros throw at them. these people, the Soros media viewers, has to be punished. They have to be first identified. Let's debate.
The government of India has revoked CPR's FCRA license citing non-compliance with norms. The Centre for Policy Research, headed by Congress leader Manishankar Iyengar's daughter, has been receiving year-on-year funding from Namati, which in turn is associated with open society foundations founded by George Soros. The Soros connections are not limited to a think tank.
Mr. Soros is a old, rich, opinionated person sitting in New York who still thinks that his views should determine how the entire world works. Now, if I could only stop at old, rich and opinionated, I would put it away. But he is old, rich, opinionated and dangerous.
The Open Society Foundations run by Soros have links to media outlets operating in India. The motive is to influence coverage and perhaps manipulate public opinion.
Who Mr. Soros finds pliable need to know that India has defeated imperialistic designs before and shall do so again. Those who support Mr. Soros need to know that democracy has prevailed in India and will continue to do so.
And now, it's time to scroll through the funding of the Soros gang. Run, Soros gang, run. Let's debate.
Interest, all of us, ladies and gentlemen, must scroll through the funding. We must all scroll through the funding of the Soros gang. We need to know how much money came in, Savio, because these people say we have no money, we want 199 rupees, we have targets. If we want to do a story, we want to raise 5 lakh rupees for a story. Without your money, we have nothing. But they've taken hundreds of crores from Uncle Soros and they won't even tell us. I think CPR's FCRA violation going away is not enough, Savio. We have to go after the real Soros gang, the epicenter, which is the Soros media. I'm opening the debate, viewers, with Savio.
You know, Arnab, one thing is very clear, not only in India, but in the rest of the world, that Soros is an economic terrorist. Soros works in a very intricate manner, and his biggest supporters are media. So you would see whether it's India or the rest of the world that he's got interest in, he is always influencing media. He's always funding journalists. That is why since 1999, he has given 650 grants to individuals in India. Now, if you even study the investments that they have done in the MSMEs and the startups, you will realize that there is a considerable amount of focus on data accumulation between the low and the middle income people. So they are focusing on agri-tech, they are focusing on pharma, they are focusing on various other sectors like logistics, so that they get a hand of data. Now, almost 60% of the investments of the Soros Investment Fund focuses on the farmer and the agricultural sector. Now, if you remember during the protests that happened for the Farmers' Bill, there were a lot of organizations that were international organizations that were raising objections. Now, two of those organizations, one is Sikh Coalition, and the other one was CARE. CARE and Sikh Coalition were a part of the New York Times advertisement.
But Ghanshyam was saying
in
that
fact,
this is all...
Sikh Coalition
But Ghanshyam said these are ordinary farmers and with no money. Ghanshyam said, Abhishek said, that these are ordinary farmers with no money. They said there is no Soros connection. If ever a Soros connection comes out, then we will just take back our words. I mean,
are you seriously saying CPR is part of the Soros
I'm
gang?
giving you the details of New York Times ad.
You're telling me CPR
The New
is part
York
of the
Times
Soros gang?
had an ad that had 76 organization. One of the organization was CARE. CARE is a reportedly known terror sympathizer.
Okay.
One thing you will never be able to argue with somebody like me or Arnab is on facts.
Okay, let me give
It's
you a
on
fact.
facts.
Now listen to
Tanveer, it's on
now
facts.
listen to this fact. Listen to this fact.
that's Abhishek.
First you answer. What was New York Times doing?
Listen to my fact.
Abhishek,
bro,
what was CARE doing putting an ad? What is Sikh Coalition Amardeep Singh,
one
who
point
was a part of Open
one
Society,
point made on
with Sikh
one point
Coalition
made
and
on
the farmer
CPR
protest?
to which I want to intervene
Okay.
before Abhishek comes in.
No,
Abhishek,
hang on, I'm gonna
Abhishek,
make a
I'll just
quick
take a
point. No,
point.
I've listened
In a
to
way, I'll
that.
respond to
I
your
want to make a
question, and
quick
then I
point,
will.
then you can
In a
make
way,
your
I'm
point.
responding to your question
let
and
me
seeking
make
a
a-
further
let me make
reply
a
from
point.
you. Because
Let
as
me
you
make a
know,
point.
as you know, I'm very
Vice
intelligent. I
chairperson-
move very fast.
Let me make
So
a
I'm
point
I'm
that
I'm
you
figuring
also
out your
very
question,
went to
responding with an
Oxford.
appropriate
We all
answer
know.
and throwing a counter question. Thank you.
Vice Chairperson of the Niti Aayog, Suman Berry. Vice Chairperson of the Niti Aayog, Suman Berry, is a senior visiting fellow of the Center for Policy Research. I want to ask the BJP MP here, if the Vice Chairperson of Niti Aayog is on the books of George Soros, then why has he not disassociated himself from CPR? Please answer this direct question.
Okay, you asked a question which GVL will answer.
Are you asking me that?
No, he's asking GVL that question.
I'm asking the MP from the BJP.
He's saying, say 1 second, let me explain what he's saying. 1 minute, GVL. He's saying don't talk about the funding of CPR right now, talk about it later. Don't mention he's saying don't mention the 17,676 grants from the Oak Foundation, whose founder
Is
Alan
the Vice
Patna
Chairperson of the Niti
is
Aayog a senior fellow at CPR or not?
Yeah, 1 minute. I'm coming to your question.
Is Dr. Suman Berry a fellow of CPR
now
or not?
when I'm explaining your question to GVL, you should allow
Stop
me.
trying to help the spokesperson from the BJP.
Wait
Let
a
him
minute,
answer
yeah,
my
I'm
question.
explaining a question to you. He's saying,
Answer the program, yeah? Don't participate in it.
don't talk about the funding of CPR. We love
I am
CPR.
saying,
We
why is
love
the Vice
Mani
Chairperson
Shankar
of the
Iyer,
Niti
and
Aayog
where there's an
on
Iyer,
George
Mani
Soros's
Shankar
payroll?
Iyer connection, don't hit hard, he says, because tomorrow
Yes,
Abhishek.
Yamini Iyer is Mani Shankar's daughter.
yeah.
But Suman Berry, Vice Chairperson of Niti Aayog, is also there.
Yeah, but
senior
he's
visiting
also
fellow.
there in what capacity? He's a research fellow. No, there's
What
not an
capacity is a senior
organization.
visiting
can
fellow?
I,
And stop,
Arnab?
stop. Your research team hasn't given you this.
One
You should
minute.
pull up your research team.
Just 1 minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute. Abhishek, now, if you finished, I'll give a very comprehensive reply to your point.
I need GVL to answer my question.
Just 1 minute. No.
I'm not interested in what you have to say.
I'll tell you why I'll get GVL to answer later to your
GVL
point.
is Googling Suman Berry.
No. Let him
GVL is
Google.
Googling Suman
Okay,
Berry.
so
He's just
let him
checking.
Google. You
He is-
Google
he is-
against each other.
I've done my research.
But
GVL
what
Google.
happens is
I'll answer.
every donation,
let me-
every donation, 1 minute GVL.
What?
Every donation made to CPR has a Soros link. Now, viewers, don't be shocked at what I'm about to tell you. Because
Don't
they say,
answer my
Arnab, you
question.
make up facts, all this is lies, it's not true, we are just left-lived, nice,
And the Vice Chairperson of Niti Aayog,
we're just lovable
is that
people,
what
we
you're
are nice,
saying?
there's nothing wrong with us, we're just a little woke and we like wokishness and that's why you don't like us. But the
Arnab,
fact
why are you
is,
trying to say something
CPR receives funding from Namati every quarter. Namati
also
is
receive funding
funded
from
by the
University of
open
Pennsylvania.
societies. Open
also receive
societies.
funding from Duke University.
CPR received 89 lakhs in 22 recently from World Resources Institute, which listed both the Oak Foundation and Open Society Foundation as major donors, which means
you
they
let
got
GVL
over
answer, please?
$0.75 million funding. The exceptional
to
part
bust
is
your
Oak
narrative.
Foundation. Oak Foundation's
GVL
founder is Alan Parker, who's a business partner of George Soros.
Arnab.
And the organization also has members from the Open Society Foundation.
Correct.
All I want
you
to
trying
know
to
is
say
this.
Uncle GVL?
All I want to know is
Why are
this.
you trying to say
All
Uncle
I want to know is this, viewers.
All I
That
want
this,
to know is why
that
the
this
Vice Chairperson of CPR
this CPR, why does Soros love CPR? Why does he not
why
just
does the
love?
Niti Aayog
He's
love
infatuated
CPR?
with CPR.
Arnab, can I?
Why does this Niti Aayog...
He's
CPR
infatuated with
please give
CPR.
an
I want to know why. Now, I want to know why. I want to know why. Why does he love CPR?
Right.
What does CPR do for Soros? Okay, let me be more direct. What does CPR do for Soros? What does it do? I wonder.
Access to
Sandeep,
Niti
I
Aayog.
wonder.
Access to
Sandeep
Niti
and
Aayog.
Sushila, what does it do? What does CPR
Access to Niti
do?
Aayog.
What does CPR do for Soros?
I'll tell you, Arnab,
What does CPR do for
Niti Aayog?
Soros? Why does CPR get money from Soros?
To write articles like,
Please let him answer my
I'll tell
question.
you, how China
I have no interest in hearing from
outmaneuvered
this
the
program.
Modi
Please
government
can you get
and
the genius on the
control
program?
territory along the NSC. This is what CPR churned out in view of the funding it received. Another article, in defense of
God.
Indian secularism. Secularism
Yes, I read all this on
threatened.
Twitter. Can I please get
This is
GVL to
on
answer my question?
CAA. Departure
Yes,
from
okay.
the disapproval of the two-nation theory.
Okay,
Another
great.
article
Why is
on
Suman Berry part of
CAA
CPR?
by CPR. Another
Why is
one,
Suman Berry part of CPR?
corporate controlled
Abhishek.
capitalism in India. This is
Why
the
is Suman Berry
article
part of
against
CPR?
farm laws.
I'll come back to you,
Now,
Abhishek.
now there is a quid
Okay,
pro
Sandeep,
quo.
go ahead.
There
Abhishek,
is-
I'll come back to
there
you
is
on that.
subversion.
I respect you too much. Abhishek, if Sushila is finished, you think Suman Berry being a fellow, research fellow in CPR legitimizes CPR's
No, the government of
taking
India
donation
legitimizes
for...
CPR, Sandeep.
No, I'm asking
1
a
minute,
question.
Abhishek,
Abhishek,
just this is, he heard you. He's responding very, very hard to you.
opportunity to make my points,
you don't do your
I'm
usual
asking
approach
you
here.
a
Sandeep, go on.
question.
You have my permission.
Do you think
CAG audits CPR.
Suman Berry, being a research fellow over there, or legitimizes CPR, or my being part of Arnab's panel today and finding out Arnab gets hypothetically funding from Soros, by that I'm legitimizing Arnab's channel? It's not so.
What kind of nonsensical
Whereas I have
argument
no
is that?
problem with anyone getting any funding from whosoever, but please disclose that these are my sponsors, these are the people who are underwriting my, not only my
has disclosed
paycheck,
it, so what is the
but by,
problem?
hello, Abhishek, wait for a minute.
CPR is
If
disclosed
they're
it,
doing
and CPR is recognized by
one
the
very
Department of
well
Science
known,
and Technology.
I was just seeing
CPR is funded
a
by
very
the
well
Indian
known,
Council
once
of
upon a
Social
time well
Science and
known, anchor and media owner has tweeted that some people who are associated with CPR have been past foreign secretaries and NSAs, etc. But does that legitimize the fact that CPR should be taking funding from someone who is avowedly asking for a regime change in India? I do not want to get into personal disclosure. I know of people in that group who have so-called quote-unquote Indian intellectuals working in US universities who have been called by CPR for lectures into India and talking about the whole current polity. If they are coming here, who's funding them? Who's underwriting their trip? I'm an accountant by training, like you are a barrister. By accountant, we only believe in something called full disclosure.
Correct.
If there is a disclosure, no problem.
No problem.
If you haven't disclosed, that's where the issue comes in.
If there is disclosure, no problem. That's principally the point that I'm making. And in 2014 or 15, I don't know when, there was this one website, Sandeep, which got a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. I don't know whether it was debt financing or equity. Debt financing, as you know, is even more dangerous because it's opaque. Equity at least becomes transparent because you have to file the documents with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. But to avoid the MCA disclosure, people do debt financing, then they keep documents in the back. All very smart, but actually very stupid ways to hide ownership. Question here is, according to the FCRA documents, 3,40,19,837 rupees were received by CPR from the Soros-funded Namati Inc. and the Soros-linked Oak Foundation, and I'm only talking about 2022. And every 2 or 3 months, 1 crore rupees was approximately sent to CPR. Now, if you run think tanks, that's a lot of money for a think tank. Huh? It would be like underwriting for 30 or 40% of the cost of the think tank. Now, question is, why does Namati, which gets money from Soros, figure in every quarterly FCRA report? Without fail, they are making a minimum donation of 70 lakhs and above. And in the year 2021, I want to tell you this, these are 3 groups: Namati, Soros; Oak Foundation, Soros; and third, Jahangir Ali; third, Omidyar Network. Very political guy, Pierre Omidyar, right? Pierre Omidyar, Omidyar Network, Namati, Oak Foundation, Soros, Open Societies have put in 6 crore 81,71,895 to CPR, which means CPR is living on Soros and Omidyar money.
Arnab, one last point before you move on. You know, I hate putting family or filial connections. I am a father of a daughter. If my daughter was working for some, fund like this, and if I as a father was actually telling Pakistan that आप मोदी को हटाए फिर ये होता है, I would be more worried about my daughter than about myself. That what is her, credibility in the so-called independent public sphere? If I, as a dad, is making a statement, "आप अभी मोदी को हटाए," and then I would be compromising my daughter's independence or her credibility if she is handling a so-called quote-unquote independent think tank.
No, and let me share the amounts here. It has been reported that CPR received 32 crores 81 lakh donations from overseas in 2019-20. That was reported to be 8 times higher than domestic contributions of 4 crores. I mean, this is not a think tank. This is an industrial scale operation. A think tank, Sushil, a think tank will take someone as a visiting professor, this, that, pay. And I know, you go and ask think tanks how much they pay research fellows, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 for a full-timer, 60,000 for a full-timer. Some retired general will get 50,000. Some young fellow who's done his master's will get 25,000. But now this is industrial style operation.
But Arnab,
hundreds of crores. It can't be for a think tank, Sushil. Kuch aur ho raha hai. Something else is going on here. No, let me be very logical. No, very logical. Does it warrant this kind of money? This kind of money. This is
hundreds of crores. Can you prove it?
Is it just a nonsense?
Arnab,
hundreds of crores. What are you talking about? You are creating propaganda against. You are creating propaganda against one of the most foremost think tanks in India by a government that is destructing. Sushil, I am speaking. Sushil, I am speaking. By saying hundreds of crores on Republic channel, you are just amplifying the propaganda. Prove it.
By the way, have you at any point, just by way of disclosure, asking you, Ghanshyam, I'm asking you something. Don't get so angry. Are you a research fellow at CPR? Are you in CPR? Have you been associated with CPR?
No,
why has CPR lost its FCRA license? Why has 1 minute, yaar? Don't get excited. Don't get excited.
Prove it.
Why is these think tanks and media groups?
You are every time. Prove hundreds of crores first.
These think tanks and media groups have got hundreds of crores.
Prove
hundreds of crores over the years.
You are a journalist, man. At least have the grace to own your words.
Why are you frothing at the mouth here?
No. What is hundreds of crores?
Why are you frothing
Absolute
at the
nonsense.
Mouth?
Own your words.
No. Are you friend of Uncle
Own
Soros?
Your words.
Yeah, hundreds of crores. I repeat.
1
minute. This guy is getting so worked up.
Prove it.
Ghanshyam,
Prove
What
it.
happened? You got some Soros connection?
Come on, I am not.
You got
I'm
a
not
Soros
interested
connection?
in propaganda.
Has he got a
as
Soros
way of
connection
passing my
somewhere?
time.
How he's funding political
But I am not
parties.
interested in
Arnab. We need to
propaganda as a
find
way
out.
of passing my time. If you have facts presented
If you have any
and invite
evidence,
guests
can you
to
show- can you
discuss,
show
but
it?
if you
Okay,
are
then-
coming here
then-
and saying
Can you
hundreds
show
of
it?
First of all,
Can I
stop
present
repeating
some facts?
yourself,
You want
yeah.
India to become
Stop
Stop repeating yourself.
Can I present some
Stop.
facts?
1 minute.
What do you want
Just
to
one
do?
minute.
Can I
You see,
present some facts?
I want just one.
Can I
minute.
present some
I
facts?
I will just ask you one simple question here. And Ghanshyam should not get excited. Calm down and I'll speak to
if you say hundreds of crores, put
First of all,
facts.
why are you getting stressed? Why are you in pain?
No, why? If I am
Why are you
part
in
of a-
pain
see,
about Soros?
Your
Have you got any
panelists can say
Soros
that
link?
their
Have you ever
credibility
taken
is
money
not
from
associated.
Soros?
If you are here,
Have
to
you taken
indulge in
money from
propaganda at
Soros?
10 p.m. at night, I'm not interested.
Have you taken money
I'm not
from
interested in
Soros,
your
ever
propaganda at
directly
10
or
p.m. at night.
indirectly? Have you approached for Soros for help?
No, you would have approached. I haven't.
Good, you
But the
have.
point is, if you put a claim, at least have the decency to put a fact on the table. Where are hundreds of crores coming from? Show it. They have their accounts in public domain. Do you have a research department?
Now, Ghanshyam, you'll have to be quiet and I'll speak. You know, if you froth at the mouth and behave like you're not in
Ghanshyam,
control of
can I
yourself,
give
then
you-
I can't
can I
speak.
Quiet for 25 minutes.
Can I give
I
you
You
can't
did not
speak
give me
to
a
you.
turn to speak.
No, 1 minute.
But there has to be a
Ghanshyam, why are
limit
you
to
so
the propaganda
frustrated
one can
always?
ingest.
You should not be this frustrated, angry fellow. Sometimes just think
I'm
logically.
not frustrated, angry.
No, sometimes you portray. I know you're not, but you're portraying yourself as that. We're all pleasant
when you
people.
say hundreds of
No,
crores,
sometimes the way you
it's
speak, it's
absolutely
more in the body
stuns me.
language. It's more in the body language, the way you speak. Have I ever attacked you personally? No, na. Why
it's
do
not
you
about
always?
personally.
You seem to be this pent-up, angry fellow, really frustrated about something. Is there something you're
It is
frustrated
not.
about?
It is when you put out hundreds of
Is there
crores,
something you're
you are
frustrated about?
currently demolishing.
What is
you are
frustrating
currently
you from
demolishing
within?
one of
It's
the leading think
CPR's
tanks in India.
FCRA license
You are
which has
demolishing
gone,
one of the
and
leading think tanks in India.
my
So you must have some
oh
facts.
God, you know,
Can
I'll
you
tell you.
discuss CPR?
I'm 1 minute, please. Point here is, viewers.
You are demolishing one of the leading think tanks in India. There are
Bhai, you
people
love
with
you love
serious
CPR.
expertise.
Great. I don't love CPR, so okay, live with
No,
it.
but at least don't
I'm not
spin
sworn
propaganda around it,
allegiance to
right? When you
CPR, is
say-
it? Am I supposed to
when
have
you
sworn
say-
allegiance to CPR? Do I belong
when
to the
you say
Lutyens
hundreds of
Club?
crores, you
If
have-
you're
you
not
must
with
have some
CPR,
facts
you know,
about it.
I don't give a damn about it.
But
And
you
I have my
can- you
right to
cannot say
come on
hundreds of
television.
crores
I
if
say I
you
don't give a
have
damn about it. And I have every right to
hundreds of
ask.
crores.
I have every right to ask
hundreds of
why
crores.
every quarterly report of the FCRA we have here, without fail, sees a contribution from Namati, Omidyar, and Oak
Is
Foundation.
Omidyar against now anti-national?
You
Has
want
the
to know?
government shut down
Oh, you
Omidyar
love
Foundation?
Omidyar. Now, why do you love Omidyar?
No,
What
I
are
don't.
Omidyar's
I don't,
political
but has
views?
Omidyar
Now comes the
Foundation-
disclosure.
No, you
Now comes the
can- you can
disclosure.
love
You love Omidyar.
country
Is
run by
Omidyar not
dictators,
political? What is
dictatorship
Omidyar's
models.
politics?
But-
What is Omidyar's
it is-
politics,
it is-
Ghanshyam?
all I'm saying is
What is
has it
Omidyar's
been
Don't
declared
dodge my
anti-national?
question. What is Omidyar's politics?
Has it been declared
What is
anti-national? I don't
Omidyar's
care about
politics
Omidyar.
vis-a-vis India?
What I care about
What is
is
no?
debate
Why don't
that
speak
is
over
based
me?
on
What is
facts rather
Omidyar's
than
politics?
propaganda.
If you want me to, if you
I
want to
don't care
tell me
about
that
Omidyar.
money
We
from
are
Omidyar is
discussing
coming
Center for
without a,
Policy Research.
if
We
I
are
am telling
discussing Center
you.
for Policy Research. If the government has a problem with Omidyar, they can shut it down. If there's a problem with Gates Foundation, Bill Gates is here, run a program to arrest
Why?
Bill Gates. That's
Oh
good.
God, Bill
Because
Gates now.
Gates
Now he
Foundation
draws
has
in Bill
contributed
Gates.
to CPR.
Now he brings in
Gates
Bill
Foundation,
Gates.
why are you afraid of Bill Gates? Gates Foundation is one of the largest donor to CPR. Then call it out. And most of the organizations that receive money from Soros Foundation often receive money from Gates Foundation. Call it out. Call for an arrest. Run a hashtag. Arrest Bill Gates.
I'm saying.
Right here, he's there.
1 second, please. Now, Ghanshyam. First of all, we are talking. Okay. Now, you know, we are not. You bring in this stress in the program. You know, we are talking.
Shouting is talking.
Ghanshyam, you got a personal problem, dude. You got a personal problem.
Look at the window, Arnab. 10 people, no facts. We are not talking. This is a slandering match. Without facts, no one comes. The spokesperson from BJP side did not come up with any facts.
Can I give you
This is a
facts?
slandering match.
No, if you-
have Rajiv
Can I
Kumar,
give
the
you
first,
facts?
first vice chairman of Niti Aayog. He
Can
was
I-
the senior
can I give
fellow
you
at
facts?
CPR.
Will you listen?
You have Sanjeev Berry, senior
Will
fellow
you
at
listen?
CPR. And we come here and
If I
we
give
start
you facts,
slandering.
will you listen? 100 million
No,
US dollars have been used
You don't trust
by
your own
George Soros'
credibility, man.
fund in India
You are-
for 46 companies.
Rajiv Kumar, Sanjeev.
You don't talk about my credibility, you talk about the facts. 100
No, I'm
million
saying
US
that-
dollars. 100 million
To
US
CPR,
dollars, 46
to CPR.
startups in India.
To CPR, is it crime? I mean, this
I'm
government has
telling
been
you,
consuming
you
startups.
want more.
Say
You
must
want
say
more.
then the
Now
the
you're saying
foreign
whether it's a
companies-
crime.
An economic terrorist has invested in 46 startup companies in India and you're saying it's not a crime.
Okay, so here's one point.
An economic terrorist
One minute. Just 1 minute. Gansham, 1 minute. Just 1 minute, please. 1 minute. 1 minute.
You're talking nonsense.
1 minute.
You're talking nonsense.
If for a 1 minute. Gansham, you got to.
You don't want to listen.
Gansham, don't behave in a frustrated way, yaar. Be quiet, no, yaar. We are all talking here. You know, just giving this background music is not making you look good. You're looking really bad today, actually, you know.
No, it's okay. The point is...
Now, point is you got to be quiet, yaar. Point is you got to be quiet at some point, then others will speak, okay? Thank you so much.
Please.
I'm being so polite. Thank you so much. Point being here is, if it has been reported that during the financial years 2015 to 2016, okay, if CPR has received almost 100 crores for educational purpose, then the follow-up question to that will be, Sandeep, which educational institution does CPR run? Which, I repeat myself, 1 minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute. Abhishek, just listen sometimes, okay? Which educational institution do they run? Second point is this. How is Namati, Omidyar and Oak Foundation, which is directly linked to Soros, giving a colossal amount of money to CPR? I have a right to ask that
Gates
question.
Foundation, one of the largest donors.
Yeah,
Call it out.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Can I answer your question?
1 minute. Abhishek, I asked that question here to Sandeep. I'm coming to everyone here, but Ghanshyam's being too jumpy about the whole thing. And by the way,
GVL at least
by the way, I'll come to GVL, yaar. Abhishek, you guys.
The Chairperson of the Niti Aayog is at CPR.
You know,
so I need to know as a citizen, is he compromised? I need to know. Please answer.
I mean, what's wrong? No. Does it, you say, Suman Berry having been a fellow or a resource person at CPR, what does he have got to do with the foreign funding received by CPR? I think it's a joke.
He is on the books of CPR currently.
I think we are the institution, the CPR, so what? I think he will take a call on this when he comes to know that the funding that is received by CPR, he will take a call about it. This does not give any kind of legitimacy to CPR. CPR cannot use this to say they are legitimate. The question is about their funding. Question is not about the credibility of their employees. The question is not about the credential of their fellows. The question is about the source of funding and how that money has been used.
No, the question is very simple. No, the question is very simple. The question is whether we go real or technical. 1 minute. GVL, I'll tell you, Sandeep is on right now, and I'm getting Renu into the debate as well.
The question is about the utilization of the funds received.
No. Question is out here, and I'm getting Renu in. I'm getting Sandeep in.
Abhishek, if you tomorrow represent CPR...
No, 1 minute. Sandeep. A group has jumped to the defense of CPR. CPR should defend itself at any point of time. But does it not appear tonight that there seems to be a genuine sadness? First, there was this little channel that had 1% viewership that we lost control over. And then now there's this little think tank through which a lot of money was coming. Now that's gone. What's left? What's left, Renu, is the Soros media. There are media houses who claim to be quote-unquote constrained by resources. But they have taken money from an organization whose ex-COO is the investment director of the Soros-linked Media Development Investment Fund. Now, this is where it begins to get extremely serious. If you tell me, Ghanshyam, don't look at these things. Don't look at where the money comes from. Look at the work they are doing. Now, that's where I have a fundamental intellectual difference. I will look at where the money is coming from, because the money is coming from Soros and it's coming through these routes. It doesn't come directly from Soros, Sandeep. It comes through a fund whose ex-COO is the investment director of the Soros-supported Media Development Investment Fund, and it comes through another fund with some IPFSM or whatever, that kind of name. So there are 4 levels through which the money comes. This is pure channeling, Sandeep. Can you explain it? Whether we are being told today to not look at where the money is coming from. Now the question is, are there FCA violations here also? Because sometimes the money comes, if the money comes, 1 minute Ghanshyam, please, if you may let me complete what I'm saying. If the money comes into a charity, for example, which you run, Sandeep, and the charity is for animal welfare, for example, now I give you 100 crores for animal welfare, but then through the Animal Welfare Trust, I give it to another fund, and that fund gives it to the media house. And then they can have any deal between them saying, no, we are actually doing it for media for animal welfare. We are showing it as money received by the media fund. It is quite clear here. There needs to be some transparency in this whole goddamn business.
And now, if you take this line of questioning, then you will really take. Sandeep, give me one sentence.
Ask every time whenever there is a raid or quote unquote a survey, why are they doing this? Because this is the way of channeling funds which have been done, done to the form of a fine art. It's nothing new. People, foreign bars, agencies, and the rest have been doing it for years and ages, and a lot of it is getting now documented, which are documented is now coming into public domain. So when people like CBI, ED, or the IT department raid these places, they are not being just clueless, or they're not doing some sort of a witch hunt. They really know their business, what they're doing, and unfortunately, these things are coming home to roost now, and that is where this whole ecosystem or crowd should now get worried about. That, they think, they can deflect it by saying this is vendetta, this is this, but now gradually these things are unfolding, and the more of this that comes into play, good for people like Abhishek. Abhishek as the lawyer, they'll get to defend many of these cases.
Yeah.
At that stage, you and I won't ask why are they defending a Soros institution.
My friend, the CPR is
entitled to do that. I'm not talking about Abhishek. Could be when you're going in the court, Abhishek. I'm saying it's a barrister. If you go and take up their case, we won't ask why are you defending a Soros fund. But that's fine. Yeah. But these things will now come to roost, and people will have to start answering for them. Is a limited point I'm making.
No, if the point here is that it's coming, what is the money coming for, Renu? The money is coming, Renu, from a person who says, I want to destroy a sense of nationhood in India. I want to destroy Indian nationalism. When he says, I want to destroy Indian nationalism, and then he pumps in the money through these sort of NGO routes to think tanks and media groups, then you got to, as they say in English, follow the money. That's a principle.
CPR is recognized by the government of India.
No, it's recognized. It's only lost its FCA guide.
That is the point, Abhishek. Yes. These people have legitimized themselves in the past ecosystem by getting funded by the government, getting a tag of legitimacy, and then getting these kind of things. And that is what today is getting questioned and getting exposed.
Okay, we got Jahangir and Renu on the debate. I want to bring them on the right, please. Jahangir and Renu, please.
The CPR is a fine body.
I think, Arnab, what is happening is that the government appears to be hugely obsessed with George Soros, and this is reflective of the kind of debates that you have been doing in your channel and your programs. Now the fact is that where the money is coming from, where it's going, the government has big hands. It's been raiding people right, left and center.
Is the government obsessed with Soros, Renu, or is Soros obsessed with India? No. Is the government obsessed with Soros, or is Soros obsessed with the thought of destroying Indian democracy as he has confessed to?
Your series, these are all your words, Arnab. These are not words of anybody except Mr. Arnab Goswami.
Why don't you go out on the streets and see what people think about
George
this?
Soros is a wonderful target. wonderful target. Now the fact is that people do, there are billionaires and millionaires who do make funds in various countries for various subjects.
Why do they put all their money in CPR, so much money in CPR?
And is the country so weak? There is not all the money. He's got plenty of money, I'm sure. Now if the government is so bothered, they should do a full-fledged investigation on him.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The point is that you are, getting increasingly obsessive with the man. Every day there's a program on a particular individual whom you say is funding so and so.
No, because because Renu, there's a national. Because Renu, there's a national conversation on Soros. No, the feeling in the country.
No, the nation is fine.
The feeling in the country, the nation is fine.
Is fine, Arnab. There is nothing.
The feeling in the country is that we got to identify and weed out those who took money from Soros. Would you take money? Would you take money from Dawood Ibrahim? Would you take money from Dawood Ibrahim to run a? If someone told you they're going to fund, you would take money from Dawood Ibrahim.
Let us not make these comparisons.
Would you make money from Dawood Ibrahim? I'm asking you a straight question.
He is not a Dawood Ibrahim. He is not a terrorist. Some of your panelists may call him an economic terrorist. They may call him all kinds of names. Doesn't mean he's a terrorist. Now it's very easy to label people in this country, people of a particular ideology, do that when they don't like what is being done. The point is that this is happening now because there is an increasing amount of intolerance about what is happening. You want to distract attention from the actual issues of the country.
No, I'm actually saying here, Jahangir. No, I'm not trying to distract. I'm very direct. I'm saying that Soros wants to control the narrative in this country.
No.
By funding think tanks and funding news organizations. And I say Soros should not try to pay his way to funding the narrative.
You are insulting the collective wisdom of Indians.
One minute. What are you saying, Jahangir? Go on.
Insulting the collective wisdom of Indians. What I am saying is, what do you want India to become? Do you want India to become China? Do you want India to become Russia? I mean, democracy is a place where ideas are debated. You think George Soros is someone who can spend money and then change the narrative on India, define the narratives for India? Do you think people of India are idiots? You are insulting the collective wisdom of Indians. At the end of the day, remember that it is the people of India
all these.
We should have space for it is not George Soros who is
Jahangir, can I respond to you? Jahangir, can I respond to you? GVL wants Jahangir.
They are fools. Jahangir, they can be misled. And you are saying even the government of India is fool because it has been misled.
Responding to you, Jahangir. Responding to you. These kind of comments that you make, Ghanshyam make, have no impact on me. I am very clear. Here is the fool is Soros. He's a dangerous fool who thinks that he can pay his way to eradicate nationalism in India.
Well, there is,
and I will stand against him. You can be for him.
It is the nationalism that is preventing you to break the coal scam story that is coming out.
What kind of nationalism are you talking about?
Maybe it is the nationalism that enabled the Adani Group to buy NDTV and the coal scam that is playing out from Reporters Collective.
Every time you come on the program and start crying about Adani buying NDTV, for God's sake, ask Prannoy Roy why he sold Adani, why he sold NDTV to Adani. Why are you asking me? Go ask Prannoy Roy. He had a commercial deal with Adani. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? You go and ask Prannoy Roy why he sold and how much money he got from Adani. Not my problem, not my concern. Keep crying every day what happened to NDTV, what happened to NDTV. Go ask NDTV what happened to NDTV. None of my concern. None of my concern what happened to NDTV. Every day I'm sick and tired of this. Every day Sandeep coming to my program and saying NDTV ka kya hua? What do I do? It got sold. Is it my problem?
Would GVL Narasimha Rao answer on the coal scam?
Stop lamenting about what happened to NDTV, man.
Narasimha Rao answer on the coal scam.
Unbelievable.
I think it is clear that there is
don't think that Prannoy Roy and all are so financially naive.
To deflect people from the real issues.
That to
and Sandeep is saying
every day why did NDTV get sold? NDTV क्यों बिक गया? मुझे क्या पता क्यों बिक गया?
अभी तो आप कह रहे थे कि मीडिया नैरेटिव कंट्रोल करना है. कौन मीडिया नैरेटिव कंट्रोल करना चाहता है? अभी तो इतने पिछले आधे घंटे से कह रहे हो मीडिया नैरेटिव
उसको बेचने का क्या जरूरत था?
Why care about it?
ICICI Bank to this company of this thing and then sell. If he was all kosher, who forced him to sell it?
If he sold it, sold it. Ghanshyam comes crying about it. Why did it get sold? What do I know? What do you know, Sandeep?
I'm saying, I don't know.
You must tell Ghanshyam what's your pain point. My pain point is nobody would have appointed me as the head of CPR in my normal credentials. You tell me if your worry is that why you are not appointed CEO of NDTV. Then we are on the same page.
No, my point is to GVL. GVL, questions that you must also answer here right now. Because what basically Ghanshyam and the others are saying, that regardless of where the money came from, you must let 1,000 flowers bloom. So what if the money is coming from Soros? It won't make any difference. That's the point, right, Sushil? Money came from Soros. They're not denying through whatever this Namati and media, whatever this. But he's saying it doesn't matter. India is too strong to be affected. Let Soros give money. If a few people in India are making money from Soros, let them know. Their dukans should not be stopped. Their shops must continue. Live and let live, they are saying.
BJP legitimized the foreign entities to fund political parties without a debate in parliament. So BJP or all parties cannot
Mufti Muhammad Saeed had a similar logic.
Rather, you cried for 40 minutes. Let me have a brief comment.
GVL.
Allow me to make
GVL
a brief comment. Why do we have? You see, it's no democracy in this world. No genuine democracy will allow any foreign undue interference. What we are seeing here is a blatant interference in India's democracy. Who the hell is Soros to tell the people of this country that India is sick of this government or the leader, or they will elect for a genuine democracy? Who the hell is to tell the people of this country? And now we have an act which was passed. This is Arnab, please ask them to stop this harmony. Let me complete the one line. I have not spoken on this debate. You see, this is an act. This is FCRA Act 2010. And what does the preamble to this act say? This is a preamble. This was passed when the UPA was in office. It says this is an act to consolidate the law, to regulate acceptance and utilization of foreign contribution or foreign hospitality by certain individuals, associations or companies, and to prohibit acceptance and utilization of foreign contribution or hospitality for any activities detrimental to national interest and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So certainly this is the preamble of a UPA Act. If Ghanshyam has not read it, he should go and read it. And the Act spells out that any donations to journalists, media is prohibited under this Act. And CPR, possibly in the garb of a think tank, is only creating narratives. And I think a think tank should broadly fall under the definition of opinion makers, opinionating journalists. And what they are doing is to dish out certain narratives, only to paint India in a negative way. Presently, think tanks may not be covered under the list of prohibited organizations, but possibly there is a strong case for it. But why CPR license has been withdrawn is for different reasons. It was withdrawn because they have not used the money that was received for the purposes for which it was intended. Also, we want to give them a license in violation of the FCRA Act.
You make a brilliant point. Then as our member of parliament making this brilliant point, you must detest this headline from March 18, 2018. Lok Sabha passes bill to exempt political parties from scrutiny on foreign funds without debate. Your government, your party in Lok Sabha passed a bill without debate, without prior notice, that political parties can receive foreign funding without scrutiny. You must, as our member of parliament, stand up against this kind of lawmaking and stand with the ideas that just preached.
You're misquoting it. The FCRA does not permit any foreign funding.
From you
FCRA does not permit foreign funding to political parties as well. You were referring to a particular specific incident in the past where the Congress
Lok Sabha
party
passes a bill to exempt
receive
political
little
parties from
amount,
scrutiny
but
on foreign
this-
funds. I think Arnab made a very strong point
I'll check
about
that.
we must know where the money
I'll
comes
check
from.
that, but
You
I-
made a
No, no,
point
no.
about where the money comes from.
Foreign
When you all
contributions
want to know
cannot
where
be
the money
received.
comes from, we want to know where the money comes from.
Foreign
from Mauritius.
contributions cannot be received.
But Ghanshyam, a question many people are asking today, why is one group having a meltdown over Soros? No, Soros, ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? Soros, you guys are all having a meltdown over Soros, man. And by the way, I was wrong, Ghanshyam. I was wrong, I must admit I was wrong. I was terribly and unpardonably wrong. I was totally wrong. I was blindingly wrong, because it's not just Omidyar Foundation, it's not just Soros groups, it's not just Namati Foundation, it's not just Oak Foundation, it is also Ford Foundation.
Gates Foundation.
Ford Foundation.
He's run the hashtag arrest Bill Gates. He's in India.
Ford Foundation has also given a factual comment a lot of money to CPR.
And with support of GVL, maybe it will work.
But why are you having a meltdown?
Gates Foundation is one of the largest donors.
Why are you having a
CPR.
meltdown? What's the problem? Why are you having a meltdown? No, tell me why are you having a meltdown today. Tell me. I'm in a good mood. Why are you having a meltdown? What's happening?
Political parties getting foreign funding
Some stress?
is not affecting our sovereignty.
Some stress, Ghanshyam. Ghanshyam's having a total meltdown, Savio.
This is a meltdown.
No.
If raiding our institutions is
Okay, viewers, with a promise.
And asking questions.
See, the ticker says, unlike you, Ghanshyam, I have to work for a living. Tomorrow morning, viewers, ticker says, in 7 hours, we are going to be live, 7 hours. I don't think I get any time to sleep tonight. I shall see you without fail, because election results are coming in tomorrow. 7 o'clock we start, about 8 o'clock onwards it's going to be absolutely buzzing. By 10 o'clock results will be out. 3 northeastern states, part of the semi-final run to 2024. See you tomorrow morning. Goodbye.